Careful, and I have to do really deep research on all of these movies. When I first started reviewing these movies for the Movie Channel, which was where I had the first show years ago, centuries ago, there was no information available on these movies. So basically, whatever I found out, that was the Bible on it. It's like no one could dispute it. I mean, in many cases, the only way you could find out any information about the production of an exploitation film was to call the director, or call the producer, or call somebody that was on the set. There was no resources. There were a few famous. I mean, for the big budget ones, yeah, you could find out about it. For The Exorcist, you could find out about that. For The Omen, you could find out about that. But for the lesser titles, the ones that just played the grindhouses and the drive-ins, there was no information on these films. Now, today, there's too much fucking information on all of these films. And so you run into this problem of most of that information circulates on the internet. The thing about the internet is, if there's a factoid that sounds like it could possibly be true, but is absolutely false, it will be repeated 1,000 times on the internet until it's true. Until it's accepted as true. And so you have to be really careful about what information you use on the internet. The main example I would use is budgets of films, how much the film actually costs. The film, they're taking this information out of old issues of Variety and Hollywood Reporter, and so the person selling the film was exaggerating how much he spent on the film, and the person buying the film was exaggerating how little he paid for the film in order to make more money. And so there's never an accurate, anything you read about a budget figure is a lie. It's always a lie. I don't care if it's on IMDb, if it's on Wikipedia, wherever it is, you'll notice it's always a round number. It's like 2 million. It never says the movie costs $1.375 million. It always says it costs 1 million, 1.5 million, 2 million, 3 million, because everybody's lying about what it really costs, And so there's all this, you have all these problems these days researching these movies because there's so much bad information about them. Long answer to a short question, sorry.
I appreciate it, because I'm sitting there watching stuff like The Stuff, Chopping Mall, and I didn't know if you had a team that helped you with finding all the information.
Well, Larry Cohen movies are easy to do because I knew Larry Cohen and I had followed his career closely for years and years and years. In fact, they used to have this spaghetti dinner every Tuesday night at this restaurant called Maddie's on Melrose Avenue in LA, where all the character actors and the exploitation film directors would come and order cheap Italian food, and they had a piano player there, and they would sing show tunes. And so, I don't know if you know these guys, like Henry Silva. Henry Silva, the character actor, always played tough guys, and who else was there? Fred Williamson. They would always be at these Tuesday night dinners at Maddie's, and they would, you would look over and suddenly, one of these, the guy always plays a mafia guy. He's over there singing, "All of me. Why not take all of me?" They all wanted to be musical comedy stars, And so, so I used to go to these dinners, and Larry Cohen was always there. He was always there, and he would tell the greatest stories. He loved character actors, and he loved the whole process of low-budget guerrilla filmmaking. And so, Larry Cohen movie was easy. What's hard is the one-hit wonder type of movie where the guy, it may be a foreign director, it may be a guy from Hungary who was only in America for 1 year, and he made this film, and now it's a cult film, and he's gone. He's not even in the business anymore. You don't know where he is. And so you have to just sort of piece it together. Sometimes the art director or somebody knows more about the film than anybody else. that's still alive. And so yeah, the research on these things takes a long, long time.
Gentleman up front?
Favorite movie?